So hi everyone, today we have a special guest on our channel. We have Dnyaneshwar with us. So Dnyaneshwar, would you like to introduce yourself once?
Yes. Hello, Ashish. Nice meeting you. So myself, Dnyaneshwar Ashok Jangle. I have completed my engineering from PICT Pune, and I have recently cracked TCS Prime offer, and I am currently in Mumbai location.
Right. So like he said, he has cracked TCS Prime, which is the best position that they offer for BTech students. So we'll be getting to know his journey about how he cracked TCS Prime, how he prepared, and everything in between. So Dnyaneshwar, would you like to start us off with your NQT experience? Like, how was your NQT experience? What all did you face?
Yes. So NQT is National Qualifier Test. So in NQT, there are numerical ability section, then there is reasoning ability section, and then there is verbal ability section. So I think there are 20, 20, and 25 questions each in these sections. And for numerical ability, it was bit hard, like the level. And in NQT, there are two sections. One is the foundational section and one is the advanced section. So in foundational section, the questions were ranged from medium difficulty level that you can solve. But the main issue was with the time, like the time constraint was 20 to 25 minutes time they give. So you have to solve it fast. And in all three sections, the numerical ability was bit hard, I think, like what I feel after giving NQT. The verbal ability section was not much hard, like with respect to me. It was good for me. Like I attempted it quite well. And for verbal ability was ranged from easy to moderate, and for reasoning ability was moderate. Like the questions, 50% of the questions were solvable in like fast. You can solve it fast. And numerical ability, I was a bit struggling. So I solved it, but the time was very less. And then the next part was the advanced section. So in advanced, there is advanced quant section is there. 14 to 16 questions are there, I think. So in advanced quant, it was advanced, like it was a bit hard. It was a bit hard. So and time is also very less. So we have to solve it very fast also, and the complexity was also high. So there were mixed questions of profit and loss, and then there is data interpretation was also there. Then there is time and work was also there. So there are range of topics, and then there is advanced coding section. So in our time there were two coding questions. So first one was easy to moderate. It was it was about a matrix question. Like we have to traverse the matrix and we have to find the sum on given path, and we have to find the pattern. And it was easy, so I solved it pretty well. But the problem with the NQT coding section is the compiler. Like the compiler is bit not bit
Huh.
response.
I've heard that a lot.
Yes. So
Yes.
the compiler is bit not responsive. And one more thing, you can see the like you can do console, you can do print the things in console and you can see, but it is on the top left corner somewhere. So I didn't encounter it.
Acha.
I didn't when I came out of the
Oh,
hall, my friends mentioned it. You can see the output, but I don't discovered it.
oh, you didn't.
But I was lucky that the question was solved. And the second question was again regarding metrics also. But it was appearing like a matrix question, but it was string manipulation. They give a 2D array, and then we have to do some uh, computations on that, and we have to find a matching string matching type problem was there. So we have to use the two loops and while loops, and it was solvable. So I like in second question, the more time was required, and first question was easy to moderate, and second was moderate. So this was my experiences.
Hi everyone. So I really hope you're enjoying the video so far. And let me tell you, if you want to crack the prime role at TCS, then it is not at all an easy task. You need to have prepared the right way and you need to have the right resources. And to help you out, Topmate has basically collected all the resources that are required to crack TCS NQT. So they have multiple resources which include previous year questions, which includes the important aptitude topics, which includes previous year coding questions, important coding topics. So they have collected multiple resources, multiple guides that software engineers have created for you to crack TCS and QT at the best role possible. So definitely this is a collection of resources that I suggest checking out if you are serious about getting the best role at TCS and QT. So the link to this will be in the description. You'll have multiple guides, multiple preparation resources in this. So go to the link in the description, check this out, and start preparing right now if you want to crack the prime role at TCS. So go check the description out for the resources. Right, right. So I think coding problem hardly go above beyond
हाँ,
medium level, right? I think it's mostly easy medium, है ना?
right. Like the difficulty is maximum at moderate level, not much hard questions.
Right, right. And I think I've heard this in from other students also. The issue in aptitude happens in quant and numerical section for most of people, right? Verbal is still possible, reasoning is still possible, but you need to focus on numerical ability. Otherwise, you'll get behind in NQT, right?
Yes, you have to solve maximum questions of quant. Like it is complex, but you have to solve. Like I practiced few PYQs of NQT and I was good to go. Like I solved majorly I solved all the quant question very well. Like 70% questions I was able to solve, 7 to 80%.
Nice, nice, nice. So based on this, you got a call for prime interview role,
I
right?
got a call for Prime Interview.
Right, right. So can you tell us a bit about the interview, like what all happened in the interview?
Nice. So they invited us to TCS Pune campus, the Sayadri Park campus. So they invited us at 10 a.m. in the morning. So we were given time slots and we were required to reach at proper time. So we reached there, and then our bags were kept uh, according to them, and then we were escorted by their employees to the interview hall. And after that, there were 6 to 7 meeting rooms for various profiles. Like for Ninja, there were 3 to 4 waiting rooms. For Digital, there were 4 to 6, and for Prime, there were 3 waiting rooms. And then third interview was my in Prime category. So I get like I then my name was called and I got in. So there were 3 people sitting inside. So I don't know which one is whom. So I got in, and the interviewer started directly asking technical questions. So no introduction was there for me
Okay,
directly.
directly.
So I think it was technical. The person was from technical background, so he conducted my technical round. So my resume was in front of him. He glanced through the resume, and he was able to figure out what my tech stack is. Then he started discussion regarding my projects. So I had one stack project. So he directly asked me why did you use MongoDB? Why not the relational databases? And what is the difference between them? And then I explained him. Then he asked me in MongoDB, how did you create tables? How did you establish connection with the APIs? And in APIs, the various types of requests that you develop, the get, post, and put, patch, delete, that requests are there. Then status codes, he asked me, what are the status codes? Then he jumped back to a matrix problem, and he gave me the scenario of traffic congestion in Pune and asked me if imagine it is a matrix of 0 and 1, and you have to find the shortest path. So I explained him first a brute force approach, and then I explained him Dijkstra's algorithm, and I coded the solution on a pen paper, and I gave him. Then he asked me time complexity, space complexity, and the question was over. And then he moved to 2 projects. Then he asked me regarding front end. My front end, I developed the front end in React. So asked me why did you use React? Then some JavaScript questions were the basic JavaScript questions, and then he jumped back to DBMS and he asked me ACID transactions, then dirty read problem, dirty read, dirty write problems in DBMS, and then a bit more DBMS questions were there, and then some 1 to 2 SQL queries were there, and then he was over. That like he told the other person to carry on with the other rounds. So next there were, I think the person was from uh, managerial round. Uh, so he asked me regarding where did you do your schooling from, the 10th and the 12th, and engineering from. So I explained him I did my 10th 12th from APS schools, and I did my engineering from where. And then he told me, he gave me some scenarios like if you are in a project and you are giving a trendy technology like blockchain, cloud, ML, and you did not know anything about it, and the deadline is very narrow. So what will you do? So I explained him I will learn regarding the technologies. I will take help from my mentors, seniors, and constantly I'll ask for feedback, and I'll set a pathway for myself how to get through the technology and how I can efficiently put the efforts in the right direction, and I will take guidance from my manager. Then he was pretty much satisfied with my answer, and then he again asked some questions like uh, why did you want to join TCS, and do you know the projects regarding TCS, where all did projects, what are the projects conducted by TCS, various social initiatives, and then what are the technologies you are interested in. Then again 3 to 4 scenario questions like you are inclined towards one technology, but your manager is saying you have to you have to develop the project in another technology. So how did you encounter these situations? How will you make a common ground, common path, which is accepted to you and is as your managers also. And after these couple scenario based questions were there, and after that HR was sitting there. Then he conducted the round, and he did go through my 10th mark sheet, and then he go through my 12th mark sheet. So he observed a dip in the marks in 10th and 12th. So asked me some questions regarding it. So why are the marks are declining, and all of them, all such related questions. And after that, he asked me whether you will join TCS, or if you get another offer, will you be able to join TCS, or you
Yeah, like the classic HR
classic HR
question.
question. What are your strengths, weaknesses, and um, if there is a situation of conflict between you and your colleagues, how will you resolve it? And your short-term goals, your long-term goals, where do you see yourself for 10 years down the line? These classical HR questions.
Mm-hmm. Right, right, right. I think this is something very interesting, right? That in TCS, they have all the interviews in single interview, and everyone is, kind of attacking you
Hmm.
one by one. So you should be mentally prepared for that when you go for TCS interview. It's not like you have one by one in the same interview. I think it becomes a little bit overwhelming,
Yeah.
also, that you have to handle all three together, especially face to face. It was for you, right? Offline, you had to go in a separate place. It becomes very overwhelming, right? But you explained it really well, so thanks for that. You explained the interview really well in a very detailed manner. So the next question that I would like to ask, and probably the people who are watching this video will also be wondering about, is because a lot of people appear for NQT and the prime role is very limited. There are very few vacancies for that. So what advice would you like to give someone who's applying for TCS NQT? They want to crack the prime role. What advice would you like to give?
So, for if you are targeting prime role, then you should be thorough with quant. Aptitude you should
Yeah.
practice, and it is nothing like you have to practice it for 3 4 months straight. If you sit for
Hmm.
1 month
Hmm.
only, like if you have short time, you can practice PYQs of NQT, and there are various YouTube channels. You can search any topic. There are various YouTube videos. You can download the syllabus first from YouTube videos, and for every syllabus point, you can watch 2 to 3 videos, and then directly straight you can solve PYQs and some questions which are, I think, one career guide, or these sites are there where
Yeah.
you can practice aptitude questions. And for verbal, if you are just reading some things like reading books and all, so your English would be perfect. So there will be no problem in synonym,
Yeah.
antonym, these questions, comprehension, interpretation. So this will be the easiest section. Like the English section should be your easiest section because it will save your time also, and
Yes.
majority of questions you can do right. So focus on verbal questions, and for quant and numerical, you can solve PYQs, you can do some MCQs, and you will be prepared for it. And for advanced
Hmm.
quant,
Yes.
same strategy. You have to solve questions. And for coding, you can solve, like, lead code is sufficient. Like if you are solving lead code on daily basis in placement season, everybody does that. So if you are solving lead code constantly, if you are giving contests, so then no problem is there for coding section. If you do sheets, like Striver sheet is also there, and so it will be sufficient. Basic matrix and um, hash map, these things. STL,
Huh.
if you are using C++, then STL would be used. And in Java, if you are using Java, then collections would be used. And so these things should be strong. Like if there is a easy question which only requires map, like storing frequency of numbers and all. So if STL and collections then you can do it pretty fast. And matrix questions are generally asked. Matrix, string matching questions, and linked list. These arrays. I think TCS doesn't go uh, like DP and graphs. They didn't ask. At
Yeah.
least I didn't
Yes.
encounter it, and none of my friends encountered it, like DP questions and graph questions. So lead code is sufficient.
I think if you are able to solve medium problems on lead code at least
Hmm.
consistently, TCS Prime coding and even the in the interview the DSA will be easy for you, right?
Yeah.
If you're able to do lead code medium, है ना?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. Apart from that, also I think resume also plays an important role, right?
Hmm.
Because the first interviewer asked majority of the question from your
Right.
resume,
Right.
right? Mm-hmm. So, what about projects? Any tips you'd like to give for making the project or preparing the project?
Yes. So in fourth year and third and fourth year, if you are inclined towards any technology, like you can explore first. Like if you have interest in mobile development, then you can go with Flutter or Kotlin. If you are inclined towards ML, then you can do machine learning. If you are inclined towards web development, then MERN stack is there, Mean stack is there. So, and Java, the Spring Boot is also there. So explore all the domains, and you can do projects in a domain which you like. Like I explored two domains, mobile development and web development. So I have project regarding a Flutter project also. I was there. One project was there in my resume, and one project regarding web development. So if you are developing a project, you should know like in and out about it. Like if you are developing a backend, you should know what are the APIs you have used. Why did you make it? Like in MERN, you should know what are the
Hmm.
requests, the
The why and the
why
how.
and the how. And in DB, why you have used that DB, why it is suited for your project. And then
Hmm.
if DB is there, then they might ask you that draw the architecture of DB. How did you store the things
Hmm.
in DB? So the DB part is very
Yes.
important. Like if you are using SQL, then reference foreign keys, the relation between table joins, subqueries. You should know. So for projects,
Hmm.
I will suggest you should do full stack development, and should make a end-to-end project from front end to back end,
Hmm.
and you should know. And if you are
Yes.
making it by yourself, you will know what are the things, how the flow goes, and if you are
Hmm.
thorough with it, then there will be no problem regarding projects. And
Hmm.
don't run behind multiple tutorials from YouTube. Like if you want to do
Yeah.
development best, then you start a use case. You first make a basic knowledge of that framework or library, and then you should know basic about it. Like how, like for React, you should know components, how you declare components, then props, then state, then hooks are there, redux. If you know these basic things, then you directly start making project, and with the course of project you will know all the things which are rest. So you can follow this approach. I follow this. Like I study the basic part, and then I directly implement project. Then while implementing project, all the things which are required by the project you will search on Stack Overflow, on their documentation. Then you will learn in the course time also.
No, that is very true. I think the best learning happens when you get stuck on
Hmm.
something and then you search how
Right.
to implement it. You search on YouTube, like you said, Stack Overflow. Nowadays, you also have ChatGPT to
Hmm.
help you out. In your project creation. So that is some
Right.
wonderful advice right there that you can follow for cracking TCS NQT and cracking the prime role. So I think that beautifully covers everything about TCS NQT and how anyone can easily crack the prime role. So thanks a lot, Nyaneshwar, for coming on my channel and explaining everything in such details. That is very helpful for many students who are preparing for NQT watching this video. So I'll also give his LinkedIn in the description. Make sure that you guys show him some love, give him a follow on there as well. So yeah, thanks Nyaneshwar for coming on my channel. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.